Guess what's back?
What's that?
Back again. Caitlin Clark.
Yes, she is.
Tell a friend. Pulled up from the parking lot. The second shot of the game. She had the first 2 points on the foul line. Then she had, then they scored a layup, and then she pulls up from logo, from where the 22 is basically on the Iowa court. Cash.
Pat McAfee just sounded off on Angel Reese, and let's be clear. It wasn't some gentle reminder, it was a full-on sports talk smackdown. Why? Because Caitlin Clark dismantled the Chicago Sky like she was teaching a masterclass in professional basketball. From burying logo threes to dishing out assists like Halloween candy, Clark reminded everyone what elite really looks like. Meanwhile, Reese was busy trying to play the role of the misunderstood underdog, but the performance didn't land.
Most of the internet, though, clipped out Angel Reese pushing the Fever Girl in the back.
She was like the villain.
Here's a clip that everybody was fake upset about.
That's not a bad foul. No, Caitlin Clark not finna fight, bro. It's turning their shit up, though. It's just some internet shit, bro. It's just bringing attention to these.
Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing to win. She was making a statement. A message aimed straight at the social media critics, the pundits, and especially at Angel Reese. Pat McAfee got the message loud and clear. Clark isn't here to be liked. She's here to run the league. McAfee went off after Clark lit up the sky, handing them a brutal 30-point reality check and sending them straight back to the locker room. No sugarcoating, no spin, just facts. If you're riding with Caitlin the way McAfee is, drop a CC in the comments below. Let's go.
She has surpassed everybody in the amount of time that she has played in the WNBA. She fills up every arena in every town that she goes to. Teams have to go to bigger arenas so that they can try to profit off the Caitlin Clark train coming to town. Most 20-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history, which I think you could say that's a good game. Like that's how you classify. Vandersloot, obviously, 430 games played, had 10 of them. Diana Taurasi, people talk about it as the GOAT, right?
The GOAT.
Damn
Yeah.
right. You're damn right.
564. She goes to school.
UConn.
Okay, 565 games played. She has 9 20-point, 10-assist games. And then Caitlin Clark, 41 games played. She already has 9 of them.
Let's rewind the tape. Caitlin Clark casually posts a triple-double like it's just another Tuesday. 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds in her WNBA season debut, against Angel Reese, no less. And she made it look effortless. This wasn't just a basketball game, it was a masterclass. The Chicago Sky couldn't keep up. Clark controlled the pace like she had cheat codes, dropping no-look dimes and hitting logo threes like she was shooting into an ocean.
There was a moment in the game where Angel Reese has a little bit of a push-off on an offensive board. Obviously, she's great at getting rebounds, incredible underneath. Caitlin Clark says, what the hell is that?
Come on!
Caitlin Clark says, what the hell is that, to the ref? And then she says, and most basketball people say, that's a take foul. Instead of a layup, we're going to make you earn it. I think Angel would miss one or both of those free throws instead of getting a wide-open layup in that entire thing. Angel was pissed off, thought it was a flagrant. Afterwards, everybody said it was a take foul, it was a take foul. But it was very convenient how most of the internet, not all of the internet, most of the internet, though, clipped out Angel Reese pushing the Fever Girl in the back, Caitlin pointing at the ref like, what are we talking about here? We're not calling that.
And the impact? Undeniable. The Fever versus Sky matchup drew a record-breaking 2.7 million viewers nationwide, peaking at nearly 3 million, making it the most-watched game in WNBA history. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is the draw. Every time she steps on the court, the league levels up. Fans pack arenas, tickets sell out, and her jerseys fly off the shelves. Clark isn't just playing the game, she's changing it.
She was different, and she seemed to be more exciting than everybody else, but she also was an incredible passer and disher in the way she went about her business. It was like, oh, this girl's different. This woman's different. Then she gets drafted to the Fever, and what she has done for this city and for this team is unbelievable. Obviously, last year at the beginning of the season, nobody wanted to believe, okay?
They still don't.
There's a lot of people that still think there's a lot of other. She is the one.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese had no answer. As Clark carved up the defense, Reese looked out of sync and overwhelmed. After all the hype, headlines, and claims that she was bringing attention to the game, Reese finished with a stat line quieter than a library. While the spotlight was supposed to be shared, Caitlin Clark made sure the scoreboard and the cameras told the real story.
It pisses off everybody whenever we say it, and then obviously it becomes a whole thing because we're a bunch of doofuses and things like that, but This is the golden goose. This is the one. This is the generational, multi-generational player. And we're incredibly lucky that she's in Indianapolis. And she went fucking ham in the opener against the Chicago Sky.
Pat McAfee wasn't about to let the narrative get twisted. The moment the final buzzer sounded, he grabbed the mic and did what no one else in the media seemed willing to do. Say exactly what everyone was thinking. This was about basketball. Pure and simple, not drama, not social media noise. Caitlin Clark let her game do the talking, and then dropped the mic.
They clip that out. They just go to right here, bang, Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese, and then boom, buzzsaw on the internet about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Ultimately, I think the buzz is good for the WNBA as a whole. I know it's probably not fun to be a part of if you're Caitlin or Angel Reese or anybody else, but in the end, the Indiana Fever win by 100, and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have started their second season in the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark is on track to be the greatest of all time.
When Clark rightfully calls out the foul, the internet explodes, but not over the actual foul, and certainly not at the player who committed it. Then comes the now infamous sequence, a textbook take foul, nothing more. But suddenly, it's edited into a highlight reel hit. The media runs with it, conveniently cutting out the part where Reese shoved Natasha Howard moments before and focusing only on Clark's contact. Just like that, the narrative flips, and a new villain is manufactured.
Like, there's no argument. Like, I don't understand. Like, people can yell until they're blue in the face. Like, the proof's in the pudding. We've seen all the stuff. And you say, like, it is good for the sport at large, but I think a lot of people get turned on. Like, it just always goes into a race thing. Like, every single time, no matter what, that is always the discussion.
But McAfee wasn't buying it. He called out the outrage for exactly what it was, manufactured. He mocked the cherry-picked footage, slammed the lazy editing, and dismantled the flood of overblown hot takes. This is what Pat does best. While everyone else chased clicks, he exposed the spin. They clipped the video, he pointed out. And just like that, Clark was painted as the villain, because they conveniently cut out the initial foul.
In every league, there's going to be like adversaries. Like, you know, Angel Reese is the foil for Caitlin Clark and vice versa. Like, they don't have to get along. They don't have to like each other. They're competitors. Like, that, this kind of shit happens. But every single time something like this happens, and we have to go right back to
full on.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't get moved at all. So, like, we're not talking about the game. We're talking about that play, and that's it. You know. And then we'll get the stats about her and her 20 points and 10 assist games and the triple doubles and all that. But the discussion always comes back to this.
And McAfee didn't stop there. He took aim at the critics still too afraid to say the quiet part out loud. They're scared of Caitlin Clark, scared of a once-in-a-generation talent who's changing the game at lightning speed and backing it up with undeniable stats. Scared that as long as Clark is on the court, their favorite narratives just won't stick. As McAfee put it, she's the golden goose, selling out arenas, breaking attendance records, and moving tickets like no one else. What more do you need?
When I see the Fever play them, I'm like, these are great teams. Los Angeles, I think they got Kelsey Plum out there.
Yeah, they do.
I think they're going to be great. There's a lot of great teams. I'm just talking about watching Caitlin Clark play. Electrifying.
Yes.
Absolutely. She will pull. She will pull that shit up. She will shake, sidestep, step back, not scared. And then she'll do like a no-look pass, full court passes. I mean, her teammates have to get used to her passes. I think, because they've never really seen it before. Yep. She's great for the sport. She's great for the game.
McAfee also drew comparisons to legends like Diana Taurasi, Steph Curry, and Sue Bird. But here's the kicker. None of them moved the needle this quickly. He didn't just praise Clark's performance, he celebrated her leadership, her composure, and the way she's handled the WNBA spotlight with grace, absorbing both criticism and contact without missing a step.
That's basically who's filling up all these arenas. Now, obviously, there's a lot of adult males who are fans and going to it, but you got a lot of little girls that are coming out watching their hero play, and she's selling out every arena. It's great for the sport.
Yeah, she's the most popular women's athlete on the planet right now, I think, and obviously the game, her game speaks for, like, it's just different.